We live in a beautiful world, but a world with many challenges. I did a live session, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, and I spoke about how we as adults can handle, minimize, and cut stress in our lives. And today, I'm going to focus on how we can help children of all ages handle and cut stress in their lives. And we know babies and infants and toddlers and teens and tweens all experience some stress. So we really want to help them deal with it and cut their stress. I see Eileen is with us, so I want to welcome people as they're coming in. Hello, Eileen. I see Eileen wrote, "Hi, Dr. Ellen." Hello, Eileen, to you and your family. Always a delight to see you here with us, and a delight to see everybody here with us. So hello to everybody. And again, we live in a fabulous world with so much joy, but with the joy we also get some stress. And as I mentioned, that about 2 weeks ago, I did a live session on how we as adults can manage and minimize and cut stress. Today, I'm really going to focus on the kids and what we can do to help the kids. But if you haven't seen that video, you might want to go back and look at that recording. Feel free to do that. You may find some ideas there that may help you with this topic as well. And at the end of that session, I sang a song that I wrote called "I Am Strong." I'm going to refer to that at the end of today's session. I'm not going to sing it again because I just did it recently, but I will refer to it at the end, so make sure you stay till the end. And again, I really want to focus on the kids today. What can we do to help them? And we know kids of all ages have stress, their own type of stress. So babies and infants may wake up at night, and if they don't know how to self-soothe, they're feeling stressed, they're probably going to start crying or yelling. So we know toddlers may sometimes see a child hold a toy, and they may decide that's the toy I need right now, and that gives them their source of stress. We know teens and tweens have a lot of peer pressure and school-related stress. So I do want to talk briefly about the sources of stress, and then we'll get into keys that we as parents and adults can really implement to help our kids. But there's really a wide range of issues that bring stress to our kids, and that are reasons that we want to help them learn to deal with stressful and challenging situations. I'm going to say hello to Martha. I see Martha here also. Hello, Martha, and hello, everybody joining us. We are having a really fact-filled night tonight. We're talking all about how to help kids handle, minimize, and cut stress. So I wanted to talk about some of the sources of stress that our kids have. And school is a big stress-related issue for our kids. Of course, we want them to go to school and learn, but often they're stressed about assignments that they have. They may be worried about tests that are coming up, worried about getting tests back. Sometimes there are issues with teachers. There are many social issues with kids about them feeling, do they fit in with their kids, or feeling left out. There's a lot of peer pressure, as I mentioned, a lot of bullying. For the older kids, drugs and sex. So there are a lot of issues of challenges and stresses. And there are also challenges in life and family. So if there's a new sibling, even if it's happy and delightful, for kids it's often stressful because it's a change in life, a change in how life is handled. Moving to a new house, somebody in the family who's sick, a parent or a grandparent or a sibling or a family friend, or sometimes a change in the family unit, parent separation or divorce, or even hearing parents arguing. So there are many sources of stress for kids. And you know what? Sometimes just normal days, like for all of us, with nothing special happening, but normal days can be stressful as well. So let's talk about some important tools that we have where we can help kids. And the first one I want to mention, and the first one is, I think, pretty obvious, but always keep an open line of communication with your kids. Encourage them to share with you about their day, and don't wait for them to come to you, because if there's a problem, they may be embarrassed to come to you. They may think they may get into trouble. So it's really helpful on a regular basis to discuss with your kids, what did you do in school today? Who did you see? Who did you have lunch with? Who did you play with during the day? What did people talk about? So that kids get into the habit of talking to you regularly about what goes on in their lives, so that when there's something special or important or problematic, they'll know the channel is always open, and they'll know it's okay to talk to you. And you might also, I think it's a great idea to really have conversations about challenges in life, about the types of challenges that they experience and that they may experience before they're really huge stressors, to just talk about the things that they may encounter. And another key suggestion that I have is share some strategies that kids can use in the moment if they're stressed. So if you're feeling really stressed, I tell kids, and I have a list of things that I share with them, but I tell them, you know what? It can be helpful to take some really deep breaths and feel calm. It helps you feel calm and grounded, although I don't often use the word grounded with kids, but you know what I mean. I use that with adults, but they know what it means to feel calm. And I say, if you're feeling jittery and agitated and stressed, sometimes taking some deep breaths in the moment can help. And I'll tell you, as an adult, what that does is it helps take a person, not just a child, but a person, out of the stress part of the brain where we're feeling stressed, into the logical part of the brain where we feel more in control, and then we can start to feel calm and cool and collected again. So taking deep breaths is a great way of doing that. I tell kids you may want to count to 10. And again, what that does is it takes you out of that stress part of the brain into the thinking part of the brain where you can feel calm and control again. You may want to take a walk, I tell them. Sometimes I clap my hands, again, just to change my environment and what I'm thinking about. And also, I always tell kids you might want to tell somebody if you're having a problem, if you're feeling stressed. A parent, a teacher, a guidance counselor, a grandparent, a family friend, or a friend. And I tell them to think about self-talk as well, what you say to yourself. I'm going to be okay. I can handle this. I know what to do about this. I'm going to speak to somebody. I'm going to handle this. Another key strategy, and this really depends on the age of kids, but make sure that they have stress-limiting techniques in their lives on a regular basis. Not just when they're in a moment of stress, but what types of activities help them feel emotionally calm in their lives. So for some kids, it may be exercise or sports or art or music. For some kids, it may be meditation or yoga or some kind of exercise. And again, it's really important for them to have things in their lives that they feel comfortable doing that helps minimize the stress in life. And again, there are lots of different activities. For some kids, it's dance or art or sports, as I mentioned. We want them to know what it feels like to have fun in life, to have joy. Another key component in minimizing stress in our kids' lives is physical suggestions to help decrease stress. So it's important for our kids to have enough sleep, because poor sleep, if they wake up and they're really tired, then it's stressful to stay alert and awake. Martha says this helps a lot. Thanks, Martha. I'm so glad it's helping. I have a whole list, so I'm going to keep going for you. And I'm so glad you're here. So again, some physical suggestions that we don't always associate with stress, but if we want kids to feel in control, we want them to feel strong emotionally and physically. And physically has a big effect on mental and physical. So physical preparedness. So we want them to have enough sleep. We don't want them to wake up in the morning and rush and go to school in a rush, tired, because then they're feeling stressed physically, just staying alert. Another really simple suggestion is it's important to stay hydrated, because hydration is important for all of our body processes to keep working. And again, if they're not working well, that's a physical stress on the body. An additional reason to make sure our kids are well hydrated, and that they're not overly hydrated with sugary drinks, and not too much sugary food or junk food. Again, we want our kids to be strong physically, and that helps them stay strong emotionally and mentally. And for most of the parents that I work with, individually and in groups, I recommend that you might want to have a stress-busting program that you prepare for your kids, a real stress toolkit, so that your kid will be prepared what to do when they get in that stress moment. They know what to do, and they're not overwhelmed by stress because you've spoken to them about it. So again, in your stress-busting program, and I help parents prepare this, you can create it as well on your own if you want. If you'd like my help, feel free to contact me. The first one is something easily that all parents can do, and again, that's just a reminder to keep an open line of communication. You can create scripts where you can talk about stresses in life and how you manage them. I do work with parents on creating scripts to speak to kids about stress. But you might want to just tell them, this is what happened to me the other day, and I felt stressed, and this is what I did to handle it. I took some deep breaths. I thought to myself, I can handle this. I took a walk, and then I came back and I thought of some solutions. Whatever you feel is helpful. So I think that you can discuss how you handle stress and serve as a role model to your kids. And you really want to do that not in the moment when they're having stress, but in the moment when they're not stressed, so that you can prepare them and they can pick up these tools and techniques when they're calm and not overwhelmed. So again, you can serve as a role model, talk about your experiences. And really, I talk about parent scripts with kids, but you can talk about what stress is, that it's normal to have stress, so kids don't have to worry about it. You can talk a little bit about what stress feels like in the body, in the mind. And you can give them some techniques, as we spoke about tonight, how to handle stress and how to cut stress. And again, how if you're feeling stressed, you really can take some breaths, take a walk, so that you can start to feel calm and cool and in control again. And what we really want to do is prepare our kids. I make it an important point, not to say to protect our kids from stress, but to prepare our kids. Because whatever they're doing in life and wherever they are, they're going to experience some stresses. So we can't really protect them or guard them from the stresses in life. What we really want to do is plan with them, and for kids of all ages, to help them create a toolkit that they may not even realize is a toolkit, but where they're empowered with strategies to help them deal with stress when they experience it. So I mentioned to you that I did a session about 2 weeks ago for adults talking about how we can minimize and cut stress. And I was speaking to them about mindfulness, how bringing your mind to the current moment can take you out of that stressful overwhelm. And while most kids, especially young kids, may not understand what mindfulness is, it is something you can explain to them, that if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, bring your mind back to here and now, where you are now, so that instead of worrying what's going to happen in the future, you're thinking now that you can breathe, you can sit and feel calm, you have the option to take a walk if you want, to count to 10 if you want, because in this moment, you are calm, you are safe. And I'm going to give you the words to the song that I sang at that last session a couple of weeks ago. I'm just going to give you part of it, because I think this is a great tool to share with kids. If kids know this song, they can help remember it. They can remember it when they need it. I think it would be great to share in classrooms with kids and in after-school programs, in sports programs. So the words, and I'm going to just mention them briefly. I am strong, I am strong, I am safe, I am calm, I am strong, I am strong, I'm prepared to carry on. That is the chorus, and we sing it a couple of times. And the verse is, while the world can seem unsure, unpredictable in some days, here and now I will remember, I am courageous, I am brave. And then again we sing the chorus, I am strong, I am strong, I am safe, I am calm, I am strong, I'm prepared to carry on. So if you'd like to hear that song, feel free to go back and look at the video that I did as a live session a couple of weeks ago. I did the song at the end, near the end of the session. I also have a longer version of that song on my music YouTube channel, so you're welcome to look it up there as well. And my YouTube channel is just my name, Ellen Ettinger, and the song is called I Am Strong. So you're welcome to look for the song there. And I think, again, and a lot of parents have been telling me that this is a great tool and technique for kids to have this song and sing it, and that remember, when they're feeling stressed, they are strong. They are strong. They can feel calm and cool and collected and courageous. So I hope these have helped you come up with some ideas how to help your kids. Martha said, I love the lyrics. I'll make sure to check your previous video. Thank you, Martha. I am delighted that it is bringing some meaning to you. It is really something that I hope is inspiring parents to share it with kids and teachers, because I'm told it really is helpful for kids to have a song. So if anybody has trouble finding the song, feel free to DM me, to contact me, to schedule an appointment with me. I'll be happy to share that song with you. If you'd like to find out about bringing that song to classrooms or groups, let me know as well. And as always, I am delighted to join you at our regular time every week at this time. So I look forward to seeing all of you back here again next week at this time, where I will have another exciting topic. If anybody has any suggestions of topics that you're interested in, feel free to message me or schedule an appointment with me. I am happy to share information on many, many topics. So again, I look forward to seeing you here next week. Have a great week. I look forward to seeing you in the group during the week so that you can get the other suggestions, and back here again next week. Have a great week. Let's talk again soon.